You and I were talking privately while the draft was going on, and Slark was actually something that I was predicting for quite some time, because whenever you're going up against these obviously lacking AoE damage heroes, but also ones that don't necessarily, do have a lot of HP, you want things that thrive on being able to hit a lot, and so...
Playing Cuckoo. Not going to end up going down Waimon almost. Being able to also trade Yang's life here. Heroes. Quite low.
But I think we can expect to see a lot of Essence Shift stacks come from this Slark, which is going to be a big positive for him. Again, 4 strength heroes, and there's a little bit of lockdown, I suppose, with the pounce coming through from him. The Lifestealer would have been a good one, like Kezu mentioned, just because, again, lane's really good. You bully out the Mars that tends to want to stay in that lane. So I think they had a few options here, but clearly they're just going with a comfort for Ana. And again, this is one of those heroes that gets a little bit more active, and it feels like that's been the directive so far from T1 off the base of Thompson ever since he's come in. Just play more active Dota. Whenever they do, they look really good.
Yeah, I wonder what the build is going to be coming out from Ana, like when he needs to fit a BKB in, because like we heard the panel mention, this is going to be a really scary game for the Slark. They do have ways to kill him, like coil into Mortimer Kisses, even the potential of the Spear Breaker as well.
Even the reality rift.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not the easiest time for a Slark just to try and Dark Pact off the puck coil. See, it's one of the more tricky matchups to play, especially with all the AoE damage that XM can provide as well. So not going to be too easy of a game for Ana, but we're looking for that quick tempo lineup for T1.
In terms of how the lanes are shaping up, it's going really well for the Mars so far. Typically, this would be Slark favored.
Bottom lane, Hobson.
3-minute rotation. It's not going to pay off though.
Now top lane Cuckoo, he's in some trouble. Scatter Blast with a crit from Erica for good measures, able to secure first blood to Vici Gaming. Although a great start here in their top lane, and this is such a scary lane. A Snapfire with a Chaos Knight, not an easy lane at all for T1 to play into.
Yeah, crazy amount of burst damage, and whoever they find with their pickoffs, again, it's not even just these two that they've got in terms of stuns. Like, I'm scared for the amount of pickoff potential that Vici Gaming have to have, and you are going to be able to make a lot of these rotations for sure on T1, but the issue is if they don't connect on a lot of them in the early game, then it's going to become really, really rough.
This is another rotation coming out from Thompson. He claimed the bounty route, and he's also going to look to try and go top with... they do have the lane shoves out. Maybe some treants to take the tower. They can even aggressively glyph if they want to as well. But if they do not connect on this rotation from Thompson, then he's going to continue to fall behind here.
Oh, this actually... They just used the level 2 Thunder Strike.
Thompson charging. That's a lot of damage coming out. 2 points in the trample. Yang's going to be in trouble as well. There we go. That's what they needed. T1 get themselves a double kill, and Thompson as well is the one that claims all the gold.
Yeah, they needed that first rotation to go well. Like I said, they need these lanes to just explode. And this game, what they really do well with the position 4 Venomancer is they seal off an entire area and make it so that you just can't farm in that area on a lot of these heroes. They actually get the glimpse back as well. We saw it happen in that Liquid versus VP series, and it's happening again.
Lane Frisk. He's going to end up going down. BAB attempting the trade, but Ana has even got 1 charges if required, so T1. That's a big kill onto Frisk, now able to stabilize his bottom lane. They can also get the Tombstone kill as well, so some extra gold given over to the Slark. And BAB's going to be a bit cautious.
Doesn't have the
mana. Have enough mana for the God's Rebuke, so we'll be able to get the kill onto Zephyr, but Ana is starting to stack up the Essence. Frisk is starting to TP back in. BAB will be okay.
Big wave though for Ana to be able to pick up. Oh, Cuckoo, wouldn't we want to be falling up on this top side? What I was saying before is if you do get that Venomancer and have him able to take a tower, you open up a lot more of the map. You're able to be a little bit greedier with that initial farm, and then Venomancer can start to invade. He can start to place down a lot of those Plague Wards and block off a big area that Vici are actually trying to get in terms of objectives, in terms of farm. And it does slow you down so that you're able to understand a little bit better, even without wards, where Vici Gaming are trying to play, and then go for the pickoffs like Thompson just did. I mean, he tried to do it bot at 3 minutes, he did it top at 4 minutes, and it worked out really well, but it's got to keep going.
Yang is looking very vocal there in the cams. He's having a bit of chuckle. We've always been mentioning when we're casting Vici games here, he's cruising in the draft, laying back in the seat. Cuckoo? Okay, they're still going to be able to get the kill. Abilities back up, and they even give him a tip as well from Yang. So there we go, just the man that we were speaking about, Yang getting involved to help out Erica.
It's a lot of gold being going underneath this tower as well. Obviously, Zephyr's going to be there to... Oh, sorry, Whitemon's going to be there to soak up the experience, but Disruptor's not really one that you need to be securing all of this. So, Cuckoo going to come back, but just a little bit too late there.
Big D-ward from Friss. It was a freshly placed observer ward from Zephyr. And even BAB is actually going to rotate. Look at the backstab coming through from the Mars. Zephyr's going to try and position himself away from the tree line, but it's just in the woods. It's not easy to do that at all. There's BAB, finds an angle. Back to top lane, Cuckoo again. Just as soon as he steps a little bit too far forward away from the tower, Erica and Yang just blocking himself to the Nature's Prophet. We're trying TP in Whitemon. He should get a return kill onto Yang, but that's another death on Cuckoo's Nature's Prophet. And meanwhile, mid lane as well, Thompson, he's also in trouble. Vici Gaming making plays after plays across the map. It doesn't matter what lane they are in, they're getting kills out of the early game.
For sure, Thompson's the biggest one that you need to make sure you're shutting down, though. He's the only one that, again, can be that early frontliner for the team. I was talking about it in terms of the supports. Oh, this would be a big kill, though. You have a TP coming through here from the Snapfire just to try and turn this one around, and it might be another kill.
So, Zephyr, nice Iron Branch block. If they will still be able to cut through, Zephyr in the tree line is going to sneak through, but the creep sees him. They spy him out. The Thompson's arrived. Here comes the Primal Beast. He's going to try and catch up to BAB, and they'll do just that. The gold injected into Slark's bank, and it looks like Thompson's even going to catch out Yang in the tree line as well. Another double kill for the Primal Beast. I mean, more top lane now. A glimpse back Erica. Looks like they won't have any more damage follow-up though after the glimpse to be able to bring down the Chaos Knight. Look at XM, he's going to continue to rotate as well. We've already seen what Thompson can do in the early game, trying to put his own attention to the side lanes, and XM wants to get involved as well.
Oh man, Cuckoo is really suffering on the net worth though. Look at how far behind he is relative to most of the other cores there, and you can just see the main prerogative, XM. He's sticking up here on the top-hand side. They see him underneath the observer ward placed up there on the cliff, so Cuckoo positioning very defensively, helping out with those treants just to make it not completely obvious. Obviously don't want that D ward to go off, especially considering how many times you've died, and oh, that's a nice free kill from Thompson in the mid lane.
Just a classic Primal Beast thing, somehow diving under a tier 1 tower mid even when someone else is nearby. To see it top lane. Erica again. We saw the lack of damage proving to be an issue to bring down the Chaos Knight prior, and it might be the same case as Erica tries to turn it around, but the Sprout will block him in. That is a big kill for tier 1 to find.
Yeah, Venom space created at the time from Zephyr there, just making sure that he's keeping these two heroes busy, and even a nice little bottle refill coming. I wonder if they're going to look to commit all of their spells. They've got the Dream Coil available, and there's the Tombstone as well.
James nearby too to try and pump in that extra little bit of damage here with the Scatter Blast. Let's see if Thompson's going to be tanky enough. That's not the case. Vici Gaming will shut down the slight streak that the Primal Beast was starting to pick up.
Oh, another glimpse back. See you later, buddy. Well, it's pretty big. It opens up the map enormously. You just had multiple heroes rotating towards the mid lane to pick up the kill on Thompson. You just committed a TP on the Chaos Knight. They're going to get that first little bit of information, although rotation's starting to come through here from Yang. They're going to get that bit of information with the Observer Ward, seeing that he is coming back to the lane. So you know that potentially once this tower goes down, you're free to make a rotation down towards the bottom side. And I wonder if they're going to go for it with Thompson down here with Ana. You can even TP in on Cuckoo if you need it.
They've got to be cautious. Cuckoo, they tried to get the kill onto Yang. Puts the Cuckoo Nature's Prophet into a compromised position once again, as they fooled Erica before, but it's going to get some revenge with that previous glimpse usage.
Just got a little bit greedy there. I mean, I really do feel like if Cuckoo just doesn't overextend, he takes the tower and backs off, you're able to TP down towards the bottom side. Not that you needed it to kill the Mars, but that probably would have been a second tier 1 tower. Again, Mars isn't going to buy back this early. You won't have the Glyph available, and you also have the CK, who literally could not TP there. So, a little bit of an opportunity lost, perhaps, for T1 to really start to open up the map for themselves, especially considering how much Cuckoo likes to farm on that Nature's Prophet.
I think this game's going to slow down too much as well. We've got 19 kills at the 10-minute mark. We've seen what T1 can do, and we're also mentioning it multiple times. Again, this is a lineup that needs to be very fun.
home over to Zephyr as well. Once he gets that Venomous Gale, Poison Nova available against these 4 Strength Heroes and the puck. Especially once he picks up that Blink Dagger, it's going to be so much more effective. Great haste rune picked up by the puck.
Zephyr.
Well, he's going to pop it just to try and dissuade XF.
Static Storm from Weimar. Made from Zephyr. Beautifully done. They'll try and lay down the ultimates from Vici Gaming, but it's not enough damage to bring down Thompson. Off to the right side, Arna's going to get involved as well. Finds Frisk left alone. So T1, they've got the numbers advantage at the moment. Arna's going to look to wrap around. Even Cuckoo wants to get in the middle of it all. VAB isolated from Yang. Upper kill is going the way of Radiant. Does look like Yang's going to be able to step out. No one to catch up to the snap fight, but Arna, that's really important. To start getting involved, getting some permanent agility.
Yeah, for sure. Multiple heroes going down. It would be a very different story if Vici Gaming were, in mid lane, up top, starting to put a little bit of pressure onto the map, but they just weren't. And now, with all these heroes rotating down bot, means that Arna is freed up to take this top side. There's no tower to play with. He's got an observer ward to help him out as well to scout out some of those early ganks. Really opening up this game for Arna to potentially carry it through for T1.
Tower is under attack.
I was mentioning it before, that Poison Nova is going to be such value. Cancelling the blink when puck eventually gets it, and the 4 Strength Heroes with the % damage. This won't be enough. I mean, you've essentially just... will it
be enough? Oh my.
Glimpse?
Can they glimpse it back?
Or the Thunderstrike? Yeah, he could bottle between them if he wants. But no Dream Coil's kind of a big deal.
The seeds of fortune.
How close to the Static Storm is he?
I'll take that.
All right. Maybe now they look to emphasize playing around there. Yeah, just look at Thompson's positioning.
They see the Nature's Prophet with Yang nearby. That's going to be plenty of damage. Really nicely done. They'll even enable VAB to get the kill. Yang making sure that he uses no spells because the Mars, of course, going to try and get that early blink as fast as possible. It's a lot of their initiation.
Zephyr, this is what I was talking about though with the Venomance. Don't too many points in the Plague Wards, and he's got to back out after they drop the Tombstone. So that's a pretty big win coming through from T1. It might mean they're a lot more confident in fighting around that mid-T1 tower, considering they know there's no Dream Call for a little bit. They know there's no Tombstone, and they feel strong as ever. Yeah, Cuckoo even TPing in there, making sure they get the tower, and it's just going to open up the map even further. Even Arna, he went top. He's pushing into the Tier 2 tower. So this is really good from T1. I'm liking how they're playing so far.
So the status quo of the game at the moment, 13 minutes in, it's a very minimal net worth lead for Vici Gaming. Who do you feel like are the big winners at this stage in the game?
If not for Cuckoo dying a lot of times, I would say T1 by far. I think that puts a damper on things a little bit, but you've hit some of the timings that you've really been wanting. Arna's got the Diffusal. Yeah, they found the stack. You said the Diffusal blade before. You've nearly got the BKB. Well, he will have it.
This is scary for T1.
Yeah.
Look at the positioning from Vici. They're wrapping on every single angle here.
Are they going to get away from everyone?
Okay, they'll just get up to the
again, though.
XM has to use the coil to cancel the TP. That was looking really scary for T1. The position that Vici were in, they were almost able to cut off every single escape avenue.
Nearly, close only counts in horseshoes, Lockie, and I know you don't know what the hell that is, but you're just going to have to trust me for this one.
Alright, I'll trust.
But yeah, with that Dream Call being popped and Disruptor, again, it's super early. It's 14 minutes in for these 26 kills. He's just going to be up right and ready to be able to go very, very shortly. So if T1 have the choice, they might just look to group up around that mid lane, look to get a smoke happening around that BKB timing, and then with this Orchid, I like that itemization coming through from Cuckoo. Yes, it makes him even more of a glass cannon, but you really do need it to provide that lockdown that you're lacking.
I mean, it's about to be a really scary timing here. A BKB and Orchid. Vici Gaming, they've got to, T1 have a lot of map control. You just send trains into the jungle, you can set up the Plague Wards as well. It's very difficult for Vici to take fights unless they are smoked up. That smoke pops, or even if they get a glimpse of the Mars, if he gets caught out with like a Plague Ward, speaking as Zephyr, run up the high ground here, just face-checking Erica's position. Should be an easy kill for them to find. One tries to drop the Static Storm, and that's going to be a whiff, and that will put him in a position where Vici Gaming can capitalize on the Disruptor. From the other side of the map, Arna has found Yang alone. No one else from Vici Gaming starting to move to the Snapfire's location, so it does look like Arna should be able to clean up. Bounce up in a couple of seconds. Actually going to be up the market. Yang, can he get cute with the Jukes? Not with Thompson nearby. This onslaught It's more difficult to be able to avoid that one.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've been talking about T1 a lot, though. Let's just have a look at Vici. I mean, a lot of their team fighting rotations have been solid. All of their spells synergize super well together, and it's going to be quite some time until anyone except for Thompson has that BKB available. So heroes like the Puck, like the Mars, like the Snapfire with those Mortimer's Kisses, it's just going to give them incredible value early on. And, I mean, we mentioned before Yamich and how he played his Undying in the position for Frisk. Looks like he's going to go down the similar route, already picking up the Falcon Blade so that he can spam out the Decay as much as possible. He's not a healing type. 0 points in the Soul Rip. It's just all about that team fight damage. Even going to go into the phase boots after this.
Yeah, I think one issue we might see for T1 in some of the fights is their way to address the Tombstone. They don't particularly have the greatest heroes to hit her. Like, Cuckoo's not in a position where he can, I think, be in the middle and right-click Tombstones. Like, if he had a good start, maybe that would be a bit different. At least you have the Plague Ward to scout the high ground and potentially kinetic field usage, but if this Tombstone is placed in a really good position with the coil, with the use of the arena as well, T1 are going to have a really difficult time.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that's going to be the key, right? It does open things up a lot more, right, if you just kill the Puck. So I think the timing that they're going to be playing around on T1 is just getting that Orchid onto Cuckoo. Because if they can use this vision that they're hoping to try and get because of the towers that they've taken, and they can take out XM with the Orchid into the damage that they have, because it's pretty decent damage, then suddenly you're not quite as afraid about the Tombstone, because it's only really the arena that needs to be on the mark, and maybe you just slow down BAB before he's able to connect. But the one ray around a lot of these wards is a smoke, allows you to bypass them entirely, and he's got that Blink Dagger as well, I believe, so just really want to get in onto the back lines.
BAB, there's the jump. No hesitation for the Poison Nova out as well. Zephyr wanting to try and get some damage just in case there's any follow-up. And, well, thanks to White One, he'll make sure no one else is going to jump inside the arena. So, a couple of ultimates expended. That was a smoke from Vici Gaming.
Yeah, they're kind of being corralled in here on Vici, aren't they? All of them are just playing essentially around that tier 2 tower. They're making a few pings down here, but they don't have the ability to be able to connect there. Thompson trying to go for a little bit of the interrupt with the haste. I mean, that just makes a Primal Beast even more scary in the early stages of this game. But, I mean, this is what we were wanting to see from the panel, from all the T1 fans. Group up together, play aggressive T1 Dota.
Big ward here down bottom. Scouts are XM and BAB moving as a unit, so we'll see what T1 are going to do. There is a ward on the high gun that also sees him inside their own jungle, so they will not be able to catch Vici Gaming off guard. Great read, White One. The D ward. Now they've got full control down here, so it will be a bit more difficult for Vici to look to try and cut them out.
Humans are creatures of instinct, right? You just look for those tiny little reactions. Did they change the way that they were positioning themselves in the lane just to make sure they could get the slightly quicker blink off, right? Just based on your movement. And White One, he's one of those players that's better than most at being able to pick that up. So yeah, the instant D-ward happening. Ana, of course, you're a Slark. You're constantly going to be winning that vision battle. You've got the Venomance of the free short vision wards on the high ground, and of course the Shadow Dance passive. This means that he can carry around a few sentries if he wants to keep a certain area completely blocked off from Vici Gaming.
It's under attack.
XM, don't do it.
He's got the BKB, so really not the hero that you want to potentially be going on to here.
Again, this really feels like it's T1's timing. What do you feel like for Vici though? Can they combat this 19-minute timing that we're going to see come out shortly from T1? Because they want to be the ones now playing aggressive with these items.
I mean, they're so close to it, right? Ana, 250 gold away.
Dumping again onto Zephyr. This time with the Mortimer Kisses, they'll get the kill. Thompson's going to look to charge in though. Doesn't have too many heroes nearby. T1 are making multiple plays across the map. Cuckoo and Ana show top, so they're going to be cautious here. T1 need to get out.
This is big for T1.
Good job.
This is really big for T1. No coil. Wait, no, never mind. They do have coil. No arena, no kisses, no phantasm to have to play around. Venomancer, this time around, didn't pop the Poison Nova. So they've got plenty of abilities alongside of Ana's Aghanim Scepter, which I believe is coming out on the Courier right now over the Radiant Secret Shop. So if they could just look to connect together, they've got a massive timing that they could look to play around. They're playing on the Radiant side too, so whether it's map control that they want,
might be in some trouble.
Yeah.
Rest of the team starting to connect. Yeah, they got the glimpse as well. White One's just in range. This kill might give them an objective now here for T1.
Yeah, potentially Roche. Looks like they might be able to secure another as well. The Piggy not fast enough to be able to get away from the big bad beast. I mean, we just compare this style of T1 Dota to what we've seen. I mean, you know, it might be fun to watch a few of those YouTube highlight clips of Topson playing the mid-Oracle or the mid-Enchantress, but it clearly didn't work in these last chance qualifiers. They got absolutely stomped in those ones. But when they play this aggressive style of Dota, you know, the tiny mid, the primal beast, you know, even the morphling, it really just does seem to fit their playstyle so much more.
This is really scary for T1. Their ultimate's a backup on Vici. Someone needs to get here to kind of poke and spam some abilities so T1 don't continue to hit Roshan. Vici can contest this, but they've got to be fast.
They're under the smoke, though. Zephyr's patrolling back and forth, not wanting to give it up for free.
BAP is going to be in. Arena's out, but Aegis has been claimed. Arna's going to pick up the second life and look to bounce to retreat. As T1, they're happy with getting Roshan. They just need to cut their losses. It looks like, unfortunately, Cuckoo with a sacrificial lamb.
Generally okay with it. Again, they had to pop a fair few ultimates to make that happen. No Poison Nova being used. Right? You don't have to deal with a Tombstone. You don't need to deal with Flesh Golem, Arena, Phantasm, all being used, and you still claim that Aegis. Close.
Archer's in. Eric even pops a BKB. Zana's going to continue to try and defend the tower. Spirit's out. It looks like Vici Gaming, they're just going to leave Frisk. Everyone says peace, and well, the Undying doesn't have this capability to retreat with ease. So they'll keep their T1 tower. Topson even gets a nice little rune as well.
Yeah, Frisk is a bit of a voice line and a chat wheel spammer, so it's a little disappointed that he didn't return Topson's high five there as he was about to die, but clearly this series means so much for Vici, with it being an elimination series. As we look at that replay, it's a really good placement of the arena as well, just trying to seal off Topson and Ana from the rest of the team, but Ana, just with that Aghanim Scepter, he's able to get straight out of danger very easily. Again, it's only a couple of heroes that you're giving up, but it's for a big investment from Vici.
That is a really big Corey snipe from Pops, and he just got the, I think it was the completed Yule Scepter on XM.
Yep.
So they have 2 minutes now where they can kill this puck, and we're going to see Cuckoo try, but keeping out here.
But yeah, Orchid going to give them insane value for now. You've still got 3.5 minutes on the Aegis. I believe Ana went and purchased the Zephyr. I still be okay.
The tower. Yeah, Glimmer Cape is chilling. All right. Arena again. BAB. He's got a little soft spot here for Mr. Zephyr. Seems like all the arenas being used like that. Topson, early use of the BKB. They're going to be able to glimpse back Erica, though. Beautifully done for Whitemon. Trying to carry a Vici Gaming. Now Frisk is in trouble as well as the pound connects. But Cookie's going to get no distance away from the Undying, and Arna's got another pounce to catch up as well.
You know, there's moments on T1 where you get little glimpses of what made the OG squad of 2018, 2019 so successful. Just that one more mentality, right? Where they're able to connect through onto the next stage of the team fight and really break the ranks of their enemy team. And that's exactly what they did just then. Not satisfied enough just to get to the person that's closest. They use glimpse onto the person that was slightly further back, bring them back into the ultimate while they don't have that spell immunity. And then Ana, just with that super long pounce, able to connect onto one more. So 2 plus an objective suddenly turns a 2k net worth lead straight into 6.
Now, what do we need to see out of Vici Gaming? Because T1 still have this Aegis for another 2 minutes, so they can continue to get map control. Do we feel like Vici just need to split up the map, or can they take a team fight into the Aegis advantage?
I think you just got to give up this tier 2 top. I think you got to try and split up the map, see if you can get to that next timing. Puck really needs the Yule Scepter.
Playing Topson, again they're onto Erica. We kept the BKB off for the last second. The right clicks need to come out. Ana's going to attempt to find them, but again, he won't be able to keep up at the moment. Pounces up in a couple of seconds. Ana's going to look to go for Yang instead. Off of the left side, we do see Whitemon go down. It's a pretty decent retreat out of Vici Gaming. If all they lose is Frisk, they're pretty happy with that.
It's real good. They were able to get a free kill as well. I mean, a 1-for-1 trade. You're going to be incredibly happy with that on the Vici Gaming side. And, well, they might be looking to try and get a bit of a return play here, but even playing Fearless. Doesn't look like they'll be able to connect in time. Thompson giving a lot of respect through, though. He's going into the plate mail next, realizing that, look, I'm going up against this Chaos 9. He's starting to hit pretty damn hard, even though we've been able to slow down that game a little bit on Erica. To that Shivas as well is going to provide a lot of assistance against some of that lifesteal coming through against... Does he have any points in the Soul Rip just yet on the Undying? He's... can't be a complete Giga Chain. Yeah, just the 1 point. I think that's valid enough. You got to protect the tombstone a little.
This is out of the spear. Arcpac's already been used. They actually might be able to blow him up the first life. Vici Gaming, they're going to try and set themselves up as well. They got the tombstone laid down. They're forced to retreat though as all of Tier 1 show up as Cuckoo's even going to TP into the middle. They've addressed the tombstone issue. Ana's going to be cautious though, still playing with the Shadow Dance. He even has the Arcanum Shard to utilize as well, but Ana, he's caught out inside the corner. The enemy damage is not coming through fast enough as Ana will survive, and now Thompson's into the middle. The Pulverize to bring down one, they'll turn to Frisk, and they'll even catch out XM. As a beautifully timed pounce from Ana is not enough. XM just is able to jaunt away.
Yeah, you're having to play so much more passively on XM here than I'm sure he's used to. I want to see the fight recap from that one, just in terms of the damage, because I'm sure Zephyr would be up towards the top. Look at that damage from the Venomancer. Just poison over, that's all he did, but it just connects forward onto all of these strength heroes, and that percentage damage, especially now that he's level 12, just does an incredible amount here. I liked this. They didn't look to commit too heavily. They knew he had 40 seconds left on the Aegis. Good Yule Scepter use by XM, but it means that he can't continue to play aggressively. And then Ana realizing the fact that, look, I've got the Dark Shroud, I've got the Shadow Dance, I'm able to play this aggressive style. They nearly get picked off. He's able to retreat back fast enough.
Very close. Instead, Cuckoo's actually going to tip it to the triangle. So on top, missed the Snapfire out of the tower. Did you feel like there's a position where they can fight, but with Erica, to find the Chaos Ball. Get much usage out of the Phantasm at the moment.
Just slowly losing more and more of their map. I feel like this dire Ancients area is the last safe place for them to be on Vici. So normally you would go and look to try and take the Tier 2 top, and looks like that's what Cuckoos might be looking to prioritize. Roshan's not going to be up for 2 or 3 minutes, so if T1 are able to get that Tier 2 bottom in the meantime, that's going to be a big win coming through from them.
Seems like the Vici Gaming, they're in a position where they just need to kite these BKBs, but because for them they also need to use, yeah, that's the thing, like you need to use your ultimates at the initial jump as well, so or else you're going to force the BKB early. Yeah, they have these big team fight synergies to be able to take a 5-on-5, but it's just a question of can they get them out when the BKBs aren't there.
And you've also just got a Slark with Aghanim Scepter, double pounce. You've got a Nature's Prophet that can TP wherever the hell he wants. You've got a Primal Beast who's just picked up an Arcane Rune with that Onslaught. So just so mobile right now on T1, and really with what they're able to do with Zephyr and Whitebond, they might be lacking in stuns, but in terms of what they provide in area control and pickoff, it's pretty damn good.
I think Vici with the lineup as well, they were probably expecting this Chaos Knight hold that for Thompson. Not going to commit with the charge on XM, it's a creeps instead.
Yeah, I'm sure he just had a quick glance over at the minimap, just see, where is everyone? At the moment, Erica was showing on the bottom hand side for T1, but not going to risk running into 4. Realizes the importance of holding onto that BKB for the actual big objective team fights, like invading in onto the high ground if they get the possibility to. And right now, you just have a look at the minimap. Look at what Cuckoo's doing. Most of the time, the Nature's Prophets, they're looking to try and push out the map with their treants, but he realizes we've got the net worth advantage. Let's just not give them any avenue to come back. I want to block up a lot of these ancient camps. I want to block up the quote-unquote safe areas for Erica to be able to farm. Really liking it from Cuckoo here.
How do Vici even start a fight when they have no vision? Like this early gem pickup and you're going to a Slark as well. They're going to try and attempt, they still have the ward up. T1 missed this by the triangle. Ana's got the BKB, it's going to be quick. BAB gets the initial stun, it needs to be perfect. If I follow up with a not. Ana's got an opportunity to play around with the ultimate. Now T1, they've shown up instantly. On to first they go. Can they get more out of this towards the solid side? Erica, he's isolated. The rest of the team wanted to back up, but Erica wants to go in. Now Vici Gaming going to be able to fall as well, but the BKBs are soon to expire.
Zephyrs about to
controlling the Chaos Knight for the moment, and as soon as they bring it back down after the Yule Scepter, Ana can get all the right clicks out. They'll draw back one of the G's and drop. Vici don't have an answer as T1 find game 1 tournament in the lower bracket quarterfinals.
Ooh, that is the T1 Dota that I want to see. Get aggressive, get out on the map, prevent the enemy team from doing the big objectives that they want. Don't allow them to farm. And Vici, they just looked completely confused by this. This is night and day between the T1 that we saw in these past couple of series that they've been playing.
I wonder if questions have to be spoken about now with how you deal with this primal base, because they let it through. I mean, I say there's a lot that you have to ban out as well, but with what Topson can do early on for T1, those rotations to the side lanes, one of them didn't work out, but we saw still around the 4-minute mark rotating to top and at least trying to help out Cuckoo's lane, because